All right, today we're going to talk about how we can find out and how much we can find out and what it takes to get there. So first we have to decide how much do we want to find out. So let's say in this case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. That there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
Amen. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Is everybody enjoying the Invictus Games? Is everybody enjoying our faves? All the pictures we're getting? I'm living for this. These are the moments I live for in the squad. Just days of pictures of our two favorite people looking fabulous. Thank you so much for bearing with me, starting a little bit later than what I thought we would, but here we are. First and foremost, I want to say, is she in the chat? I hope she is in the chat. I'm going to look for her name. Let me look. Yes, she is in the chat. Hello, Dorothy Ross. Can everybody please give a round of applause and a thank you to Dorothy Ross on behalf of me. Dorothy Ross, I did see your PayPal donation. Thank you. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing so well, that you're feeling better, that your health is better. Like I said, I did want you to be one of the people that we gift with a Squaddy Hooks gift. But I also want to respect your boundaries. So if you would like to the people that we gift, please do email me at ansemalamba@gmail.com. Lightside has offered to buy some Squaddy Hooks items and gift them. So one of the people I want to gift is Dorothy Ross, but I want you all in the chat to nominate some other folks. So Lightside, I think Lightside is meant to be listening. Okay, she's in the nail shop. Okay, I think I might have to go through her messages. But Lightside said that she wanted to gift a hat. I think she wanted to gift a hat, some socks, and a keyring also. So if you could, oh yeah, she wants to gift, hang on a sec, a hat, a sock, and 2 keychains. So what I want you to do in the chat is, I want you to put the name of another squaddy. Oh wait, no, she's okay. Wait, hang on a sec. Sorry, folks. Okay, I'll get back to Lightside. But what I want you to do is I want you to put the names of the squaddy that you feel deserves one of the Squaddy Hooks items in the chat. And then I will look back through the comments and see who got the most nominations afterwards. Okay. So I'm gonna play some music for like 20 or 30 seconds, and you put in your nominations, and then I will watch this part of the podcast back and choose who you all feel deserves that. So let me just find some music to play. Okay, put your nominations in. Okay, I think I might have to go through her messages. But like I said, I did see your PayPal donation. Thank you. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing so well, that you're feeling better, that your health is better. Like I said, I did want you to be one of the people that we gift with a Squaddy Hooks gift. And All right, thank you so much to that. I will watch the replay back and I will pick the top names and see who was the most nominated, and then I'll let y'all know who got the most nominations. Thank you. Yes, Joyce. Do you know what? Let's just get straight into it. Let's get into this toilet bowels nonsense. This Tom Bowers, this toilet bowels. So, first of all, shout out to Petal. Shout out to Petal. Facts and 2 cents. First of all, I have to say, not that Tom Toilet Bowels deserves it, but I really do appreciate that Petal was direct, but she still kept it classy, still represented the squad well. I have to give a little bit of a side eye to the ground team. I don't know what's going on there, but as far as I'm concerned, these individuals should not be allowed anywhere near Harry and Meghan or the Invictus Games. Now, it looks like he's wearing, you know, the thing around his neck. What's that called? Lanyard? And he has some kind of pass. Now, I don't know if that doesn't look like a general ticket pass to me. Mind you, I don't know if they're doing the same thing this year for Invictus, but previous Invictus, you didn't have to pay for tickets. You could just show up and go and view. So if that is some kind of press pass, how did he get it? Now, there have been other tabloid creeps creeping around, but it would appear that they haven't been able to get too close. I think E. Holmes, that lady who was a Meghan hater, and now she's one of Meghan's biggest fans out here buying everything that Meghan wears. She also managed to get quite close. But somebody like this especially should not be allowed anywhere near. Now I'm going to play the footage that Petal from Facts and 2 Cents took, and then we will discuss.
Why I'm here?
Yeah, why are you in Invictus? Sure, really? Yeah? That's why you came to see? Or is it because you know Harry and Meghan were going to be here today? Yeah. Yeah, we've read the things you've wrote about them, especially Meghan. We've seen your book, we've heard about your book. So it's very interesting that you're at Invictus because we know why you're here. So why don't you tell the truth about why you're here? You came all the way from the UK and the UK press to Invictus in Canada just because you want to see it? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. But yeah, we know.
I mean, Meghan is an agent of poison. She actually is able to destroy relationships. And when she cultivates relationships, it's always for her own good, her own purpose. So she's not actually someone who's any generosity of spirit.
I me guilty of what? I'm just here to watch the basketball. This goddamn fool, an absolute fool. And you know something? I think this just proves that these people are actually just cowards. They are actors and agents of hate and cowards. Because look at the way he was just flabbergasted when Petal confronted him.
Why I'm here?
Yeah, why are you in Invictus? Sure, really? Yeah? That's why you came to see? Or is it because you know Harry and Meghan were going to be here today? Yeah.
Wrote a whole book about Harry and Meghan, a book of lies, a book that, by the way, when I was on my travels, I even saw at airports spreading lies. And yet here you are, weakling. When confronted with someone that actually pushes back against him, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to say. He probably wasn't expecting that at all. But the squad knows who these rats are. We know. We know all your names and faces, and you better. I actually hope that this serves as an example. If you see these fools at Harry and Meghan events, let them know. We know their names, we know their faces, and they shouldn't be around. Utter foolery. He had nothing to say, did he? Oh. Yeah, Petal stood on business. She stood on business. Oh, thank you so much, Rahini. Thank you for popping in, though. Everybody, please continue to support Squaddy Hooks. Thank you. And, you know, you just think he flew all the way from the UK just to be here. I mean, first and foremost, if he actually managed to get very close to Harry and Meghan knows what he looks like, and I'm sure even their security knows. So it's not like he would actually get to speak to them. I think he was fishing around for stories for people on the ground. Yeah, boo-boo, they need to get rid of him. Boo-boo, you said he's reported back to Lady C. Well, what is he reporting back to exactly? The people who are there for Invictus are the families of the athletes, military personnel there to support their fellow military personnel. That's who's there. I mean, they're the sad idiots that have flown all the way just to be haters. But even the derangers are back at home, just tapping away from their phones. They haven't actually gone and flown all the way over to Canada just to be an in-person hater. Ridiculous. Yes, the utter look of defeat, avid reader. Sounded like the whole cowardly lion. Yeah, the skunk was shocked. Yeah, he smugly thought that he was gonna watch that game in peace. Elegant pause. Have you noticed how utterly hideous they are? Indeed, we have. Every single one of them. Rotting from the inside. Especially that Angela Latrine. Angela Latrine on Tom Bowles. They would actually make a perfect couple. Angela Latrine and Toilet Bowles. I mean, the names even go together. I think they'd be very happy together. They could hate Harry and Meghan together until death do them part. Perfect couple. They could hate on Meghan while cooking her dishes. Do you know what? Like, sometimes I'm just like, is this ish real? Like, is this actually real? These people are living in an alternative universe. And they're obsessed with two people who they claim to hate, but watch every single last thing they do. Maria, you said Toilet Bowels was surprised that someone read his book. Petal is a brave woman. This man is desperate to find material to keep writing his nasty lies to people who enjoy feeding their minds with hate. Indeed. Indeed. Oh my god. The Scotties stalked Bowers and were amazingly disrespectful. Petal wasn't disrespectful. I would actually say Petal was very respectful. She was more respectful than she needed to be for this human toilet. Okay. Let's get on to the next thing. That was a nice laugh. It's always nice to laugh at the haters. Let's get on to the nice stuff. There was this sweet moment where Meghan took off her gloves and she gave them to one of the UK team who didn't have gloves. $400 gloves, by the way. Very generous. The coat, I believe, is like me and Lightside were having a look. And seeing how many livers we had to sell to get the coat. I think it was like $1,000, $1,500, $700, something like that. But it looks like a very cozy coat that would last you a few winters. And yes, a lot of the stuff that Meghan was wearing has sold out. But that was a very sweet moment. Also, this moment where Meghan she actually didn't want to slide down, by the way. At the last minute, she was like, I don't want to do it. And Harry was like, you'll be fine. And she squealed all the way down. It was very funny, very sweet. It's just so nice to like see these pictures of themselves living their best life, having joy, and they deserve to have joy. I've been reading some of the stories coming out from the athletes, the families. It's just always so inspiring. And you know, sometimes it's not always about the bigger picture and the bigger impact which Harry and Meghan make in everything that they do. Sometimes it's just giving people joy. So Meghan is actually home. She posted this, a taste of Canada and the Invictus Games for our little ones, cheering you on from home. So yes, she has gone home. And those two t-shirts, by the way, are the Archie and Lilibet t-shirts. Those were from Team Nigeria. Team Nigeria, blessing our little ones. Also, we had an auntie who was reunited with Harry from the last Invictus Games. Now this one, that's very sweet to see. Also, two children from USA delivered a gift to Harry and Meghan. Very sweet pictures of them with the kids. There's so many cute pictures of them with kids. Like, the kids just absolutely adore them. I think this was a little one from the Indigenous community, who Harry and Meghan have really done a good job of trying to include. And Meghan actually posted a story. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Yes, she posted this on her Instagram. Thank you for welcoming us onto your sacred land. And she actually put a link to the Squamish Nation history website, which I thought was a very nice touch. So people can actually go and educate themselves on these people, their history, and their land. I thought that was a very nice thing to do. So simple, but just sending a message that, yeah, we came to your land and thank you for letting us have this space. They also met with the families. There's this really, I'm not going to read it out because it's quite long, but if you want to go and look this up, there's this article about Harry and Meghan meeting the Squamish Nation. We righted a wrong from the past, a spokesperson said. Wilson Williams tells Town and Country. It was a special moment with our community. And there's a bit of a history of this. Actually, do you know what? I might actually read this. Let me just find it. Hang on a sec, folks. I take that back. I think there were some interesting points in this. Let me just try and find it. Man, I cannot get over the fact that this toilet bowels decided to get up on a plane and go all the way to talk to people you say you don't like. I mean, do you know what? If Harry and Meghan just didn't come out the house for a whole year, I mean, they'd still be writing about them, right? They'd just make up nonsense out of thin air. But what did these people do when all of this just comes crashing down? They can't make any money from them anymore. I think the Daily Fail lawsuit is going to be a defining moment for a lot of these Royal Rotarats. Okay. So the journey to Vancouver began when Vancouver campaigned to host the games, and Williams, who's a spokesperson for the Indigenous group, said he was instrumental in the bid. He actually travelled to London as part of the pitch years ago. So this is something that they actually were pitching for also, which is quite interesting actually, that they were involved in all of this from the beginning. The night before the bid, I called my auntie, who's an elder matriarch of our language, he recalls. I said, I'm in London for the Invictus Games. I'm representing the 4 host nations for the Indigenous representative. And she started crying. That's amazing. Williams told his aunt about how Squamish hereditary chief Ian Campbell lent him regalia to wear in London. So he opened his closet to pick any of his regalia, and I knew what it meant. She told me that in 1906, when Chief Capilano went to address the king in London, he was the first person to leave our villages and territories to go overseas to do this. It was a big deal. So she was crying because she said the last time someone from Squamish walked the streets of London was when the chief was donning his regalia, just like I was going to do the same the next day. It was a magical, intimate moment. That's the picture in the middle, by the way, which is amazing, taken in London. He then says, we are now part of the Invictus family, giving what we can to the games and adding that healing and medicine and spiritual side of our culture, our traditions and our language. So the Invictus Games is now much more richer. Prince Harry knew right away. When the Duke of Sussex announced that Vancouver and Whistler had won the bid, William remembers Harry said it was the invitation and permission of the Indigenous people. Oh my God, I'm so happy I read this now, actually. Harry and Meghan have embraced the moment, Williams says. This morning he drove with them from their hotel in Vancouver to Squamish Nation and spoke to them about his people's history with the royal family, telling them the story his aunt told of Chief Capilano traveling to London and how King Edward V did not meet him and his delegation. Capilano just left a petition there of our people that signed it saying that we're still here. Please stop taking resources, land, and our rights away. We are here. We were becoming a diminishing people. A lot of our people were decimated in certain ways of sickness. A few decades later, King George and Queen Elizabeth embarked on a 1939 tour of Canada. So that's the picture of them there. Which ended in Vancouver. Squamish Nation were advised that the royal family would stop, Williams explains. So Chief Capilano's son carved 2 totem poles and they built an arch over Marine Drive. The designs on the arch and the totem poles demonstrated the chief's visit to London, he says. Our people had a bunch of gifts. When people come and visit, we gift them. They don't leave empty-handed or leave with an empty stomach. Well, we can see that with Meghan's gifts that she took home. But King George and Queen Elizabeth didn't stop in the community. It was heartbreaking for our people, he says. He told Harry and Meghan this story as they drove over the Lionsgate Bridge, recalling a conversation he and Harry had in Dusseldorf at the Invictus Games in 2023. I said, remember when we were talking about righting wrongs? This is the moment here today when we do that. The Sussexes then arrived at Squamish Nation, stopping in the community where his great-grandparents did not. Wow. So that must be the pictures when they were sitting with the families. I'm so sorry, I actually don't have those pictures, but I saw them on my Twitter feed. They were sitting with the family. So that must be that moment they're talking about. Wow, that is so amazing that Harry and Meghan did that. The Sussexes, okay, so during their visit, they joined in a ceremony. Harry had a drum, Meghan had clappers, and they played music as children danced around them. Their visit righted a wrong from the past, and it was a special moment in our community, Williams says. Wow. That is amazing. That's amazing that they were involved all the way from back then with the bids. and actually learning the history of these people, and that at least they felt for their community that a wrong was corrected. That's incredible. All right, let's go to your comments. Thank you so much to Coralita Simon for the super sticker, much appreciated. Oh, so many comments. Okay, let's try and get through these before we get on to the next thing. Oh yes, Dorothy Ross, that was really funny as well. So for those of you who didn't see the video, Harry joked, "Oh, Meghan's gonna sing now," and she was like, "No." She was about to dash off that stage. This is when Michael Bublé, close friend of the Sussexes, he did a small performance. They had like a little stage set up in one of the areas. Very sweet moment. So that's what Dorothy Ross is referring to. Yes, that was very funny. Oh, hey Lauren Brown, how you doing? That stalking is what we call having no life. Exactly. I mean, that man has probably never even just been to Canada just for a holiday. He goes there to stalk. How sad. I hope he slips on the ice. Praying for your downfall. Literally praying for your downfall. Okay, I think a lot of your comments are just y'all greeting each other, which is cool. Now, on this whole issue with ITV, I don't have a TV because I don't like just having a TV and having it be a distraction. I also don't have any of the players on my phone. But people have been accusing ITV of not airing the games, that the coverage isn't good, and that they feel that it wasn't promoted enough. So I would love to, for those of you in the UK who have been, trying to watch it. I haven't been able to just because I've just been working and I don't have a TV. I just try to keep like away from the TV. But how do you feel about the coverage? So Invictus announced that the 9 daily highlight shows would be available on ITVX. And ITV have now issued a statement. They wrote on social showing only the highlights of the event. Due to coordination with the production team of the games and varying local time zones, there was a delay in making the highlights available. Uploading the episodes, but they are now available to watch on our service. You won the bid to air, or you were given permission, should I say, to air, and now you're coming up with ridiculous excuses like we were having trouble uploading the episodes. Excuse me. Would you give such a rubbish excuse for the Olympic Games? They're also saying this is out of our control. The opening ceremonies is also yet to be uploaded for replay. So what is going on with this? Now that they're coming up with excuses, if they could not give or did not want to give comprehensive coverage, and they shouldn't have asked to air it. Or, I mean, to be honest, let me not speak on what I'm not 100% sure about. I don't know if they asked to air it or Invictus asked them. If they asked to air it, then they're definitely in the wrong for not giving proper coverage. If Invictus are the ones that asked them to air it, they need to make sure that they don't air it ever again. They don't have permission to. Give it to someone else. Heck, just put it online. Because this is not acceptable. There are people that generally want to support and watch these games. It would seem like in some of the other countries, though, it seems to be airing okay. But they need to get this sorted before Birmingham. That's kind of what it seems like, Rhonda. They want the rights to suppress the coverage. I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, Invictus gets like hundreds of thousands and millions of viewers. But I think a respectable number of people want to watch it, that it should get respectable coverage. And if ITV have decided that they're going to air it on their platform, do it properly. It's disgraceful. Why would you want the permission? Even if they asked you, why would you take on the role if you couldn't fulfill the role? Reba, you said ITV is lying. They did a catch and kill on Invictus Games, and we see exactly what they're doing. They do not have a problem reporting Harry and Meghan out of California. Exactly. Oh my God, Reba. Round of applause and 5 stars for you for pointing that out. If they had gotten any gossip from Invictus, any gossip from California, they'll be the first to report it. But now we're having issues with Invictus. The lies. The lies. Constant lies. Lies and sabotage.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied. It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied. It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Yeah, it was all a lie. Anywho, back to some more positive stuff. More pictures. Because there are so many. Could just look at these all day. Meghan is posting regularly on Instagram now. She's been posting throughout all of the Invictus Games. I am so excited that we're actually going to be getting regular content from them now. And it's really just been great for them to reclaim their narrative. Here we have some more. Meghan looking at her husband. Raise your hands if you got bees pressed and mad because you refer to your husband as my husband. Her husband. And this one right here, are you ready? Are you ready? Drum roll, please. This is the picture of the whole Invictus Games for me. Before we even get to the end. This right here. Who took this? I'm gonna need to find who. This could actually this was in the series, so it could actually be Carwall Tang. The other picture isn't labeled, but the way the light hits their faces, and Meghan just looking lovingly at her husband with her husband's shadow on her face. Just wow. The magic that happens with Harry and Meghan. Photos like this, photos like the umbrella in the rain photo. Even the haters to this day, listen, once in a lifetime photo that photo was. Just stunning. You have to be authentic from the heart for a photographer to capture that authenticity in his lens or her lens. You can't replicate this. because it's just so genuine and authentic. It's not staged, it's not coordinated, it's not checked off by courtiers. Stunning. Also this one. Very demure, very mindful. What else? Do I have any more pictures for you? I mean, to be honest, I could just be giving you all the pictures because there's just so many. But I need to go to bed. Faith, you believe that the ITV thing was purposefully done? It feels like it. Surely does feel like it. Sunny, you said nothing is shown. I wish the game would go to another country. Birmingham is bro. Exactly. Well, the good thing about Invictus is that they do their best to take away all of the financial burden for the host city. So it's not like Birmingham will really have to spend a lot to host the games. I think the Commonwealth Games, it was coming to almost $1 billion, only for them to go bankrupt. And those of you who've been listening to me for a while, I actually went to Birmingham last year for someone's graduation. And when we were in the cab, I mentioned this at the time, when we were in the cabbie told us that a lot of the infrastructure stuff that was meant to be done, the money never got spent where it was meant to be spent. And you can see that the money never got spent where it was meant to be spent, which is a shame for the people of Birmingham. Kai, you said ITV will definitely live to regret their pettiness. They could not see the big picture and decided to embarrass the Invictus Games. What a lost opportunity. Indeed, they're really just only sabotaging themselves. Because the Invictus Games will grow. It will get more viewers, it will get more interest. So, sabotaging themselves. Avid reader. We will soon see a special ITV interview with Willie as payment for services rendered. The sabotage is strong. Yeah, I'm not buying ITV's explanation either. Anyway, just to end quickly, who watched the Super Bowl? Now, I haven't actually watched the halftime show. I'm really not a Kendrick Lamar fan, to be honest. I don't listen to his music. I haven't taken the time to listen to his music. Maybe after I watch the half time in full, I will. But from what I understand, and you can see from the pictures here, there was a lot of symbolism. Somebody said that this was meant to represent, America divided, America being built off of the backs of African Americans. Serena also came in and did the crypt walk. Serena looking fantastic, by the way. So there was that. Also, the Orange Menace attended. Now, I was interested to know, he was booed, by the way, and people were also yelling traitor at him. I was interested to know, is this a common thing for the president of the United States to attend the Super Bowl? Only to find out he would be the first. The reason being security. It is insane to have the president of the United States at an event this big with that many people, even if it's unannounced. He actually had to leave a little bit early because the logistics of trying to get him out with 80,000 people would be insane. I'm pretty sure this cost the taxpayer a penny. He is loving the celebrity, but doing no actual presidenting president. It's a joke. A very unfunny joke. But yeah, what did y'all think of the Super Bowl? I feel like there's some expectation now that every Super Bowl halftime is going to be a Beyonce, MJ, NSYNC, Britney era Pepsi commercial type halftime show, which is a lot of pressure, I think. I don't think every single halftime show has to be that much of an extravaganza, does it? Or do you feel it should? You tell me in the comment section. But you know who knew? Who knew the Eagles had it down? Diana. Back in 1991, by the way. You know, I really do think that if Diana was still with us today, she would be living very happily in the US. She clearly loved American culture. I find this quite incredible that she was wearing an Eagles jacket back in 1991. Just wow. You know, when I think about how much of Harry's personality, how much of Meghan's personality they suppressed in that firm, I feel like there's so much about Diana that we never knew. And unfortunately, we may never get to know. Anywho, let's end with your comments and we will wrap things up. Caillou said, ITV overlooked that the Invictus Games are about wounded veterans and not Harry and Meghan. How sad. Yes, and you know who else is overlooking this? The royals. The leftover royals. No mention of Invictus from the others at all. How sad. How utterly sad. They cannot bring themselves just to acknowledge at least the veterans. Or Team UK. That's what jealousy does to you. Yes, my husband driving those idiots to their graves. Lottie, Harry and Meghan are just too much. No wonder the British media is angry at them. Yes, they have lost access entirely. And it's driving them insane. Cynthia, you said, I figured out why kids love Meghan. She legit looks like a Disney princess. She actually does. She actually does, especially when she's wearing a dress. Like, it's really, she really gives Disney princess. Nelson, you said these photos of the lovebirds are driving the derangers and the haters out of their ever hating minds, and I'm here for it. Here for it too. Exactly, Vanessa. You would think that ITV would just make an announcement that they're having technical issues. Liars they are. So, Cece, you said, of course, Bowles' intentions were sinister, added to the other stalkers traveling to Montecito for intel. They never get but have made up lies. Exactly. Jay, you said they need to take the games away from Birmingham. There will be nothing but sabotage and security problems. You know something? Birmingham would be so easy for me to go to. But when I'm looking at or thinking about the way these people are and the way that they would probably try to sabotage, I'm thinking twice, to be honest. I don't know if I would feel safe, because these people truly, they crazy. Toilet bowels, getting on a plane. I don't know. Lewis, you said, I believe UK winning the Invictus Games for 2027 was rigged. Birmingham is bankrupt, so they want their investment. I don't know if they would be able to rig it, because the Invictus Foundation officers would still have to agree, and there's so many criteria that has to get ticked off if an event like this gets permission to be hosted. So there would have been meetings with local authorities, town planning. I think there's only, even if they get money, there's only so much that they're going to get. It's not like they're building whole athletes' villages, you know, all the stuff that you get for the Olympic Games. What has anybody heard from William? Well, I was watching Tisa Tells. Tisa is spilling all types of tea about William that I won't talk about on my channel, but you can go, if you want the answer to that question, go over to Tisa Tells. She's got some interesting things to say about some alleged goings on with William. Lauren Brown, the halftime show was cray. Okay, now I've got to watch it in full. I've only just seen the pictures. I haven't actually watched the whole thing. Gwen, you said you love the halftime show. Okay. Okay. Halftime show was brilliant. Sam Jackson as Uncle Sam. Symbolism was amazing. Ooh. It cost over 10 million to get that screaming orange to the Super Bowl. Ridiculous. He did not need to be there. Should have sent his surrogate son Elon if he wanted a representative so bad. What a joke. Yes, attention seeking at its finest. Why does the president need to go to the Super Bowl? Like you haven't got a whole White House to watch it from. Do they not have flat screen TVs in the White House? That you had to spend 10 million of the taxpayers' money. You just had wildfires. Anyway, let me not end the podcast on a rant. Yeah, he did get booed, Dorothy. He got booed good. And called a traitor. Rena, you said, me too. She would be so happy being with Meghan, Harry, and her grandbabies. Yes. Lauren Brown, you said Diana had the right teams in Meghan's university and Meghan's home state. Yes, indeed, she did, didn't she? How weird is that? How weird and wonderful. That's how you just know. Harry and Meghan, it was written in the stars. Nurse, who do you think has the Diana Eagles jacket now? That is such a good question. Don't know. That's a good question. Maybe there's an archivist that could help us find out. Okay, I think we will end things there. Thank you as always, everyone. Thank you also for being patient with me. I've almost finished rewriting my travel guide, but there's still some touch-ups that need to be done. And I'm also like working another job part-time. So like trying to balance everything and do the podcast. Sometimes it's difficult, but thank you for being patient. Thank you once again, Dorothy Ross. Thank you for your nominations. Like I said, I will have a look through and see who got the most votes, and then I will sit down with Lightside and we'll decide who can get the Squaddy Hooks of freebies. Thank you so much to Lightside for offering to buy some goodies for our most loyal Squaddies. All right, enjoy the rest of your day or evening, folks, and we will catch up later. Ciao. I'm not playing the outro, by the way.